Hello everyone and welcome to another video on JavaScript programming. Kaushal this side from SimplyCode, and today we are going to discuss mobile number validation in JavaScript. So this video is in continuation to the previous one where we discussed form validation in JavaScript. We could have discussed it there, but then the video will be so long and confusing because this topic is not too big, but we need to go through it as there are two different ways of validating a mobile number in JavaScript. So before we begin, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss an update from SimplyCode. So without any further delay, let's get started. Here is the sign up form we created in the last video. You can see we have a username, password and age here, and we have used certain conditions to validate this form. We have used if, else if and so many more things in that video. So if you haven't watched it yet, please go through it once and it will be easy for you to understand. Now, today we'll add another text box here wherein the user will enter the mobile number and then we'll validate it in two different ways. So let's add another text box here. What we'll do is we'll write here input type is equals to number, and let's give it the ID as well. So let's say the ID is mobile and the placeholder will say enter your mobile number. Fine. Save it. So you can see we have another text box here. What we'll do is we'll add a break tag here. We'll write here BR. Save it now. So this is our form. And here we have username, password, age and mobile number. One thing to notice here is we can use the type as text as well. As we are using mobile number that consists of digits only, so we are using type as numbers here. So let's move on to the JavaScript file and we'll do the rest of the part there. So we'll take the user's input and store it inside a variable to compare it, right? So let's add another variable here. Here you can see we already have three variables for username, password and age. We'll add one more. So let's say the variable name is where mob is equals to, we'll use the document dot get element by ID attribute. So we'll write here get element by ID and the ID we used is mobile. So let's cross check it once. So here's the ID mobile and we'll take the value. We'll write here dot value. So this variable mob holds the user's mobile number and will make certain changes to this existing if else statement. So the first thing we'll be doing is we'll check if the user is writing something inside the text box or not. So we'll add another condition here. We'll write here mob dot trim is equals to space. If the user leaves this box empty, so this will pop up in his screen and it will say missing credentials, right? Next up, we'll change this condition as well. We'll write here end. So let's say the mobile number is 0987654321, some sort of this, and we'll write here mob is equals to 0 to 1. Now, the last thing we are doing here is we'll be adding one more else if to check if user enters any other mobile number than this one. So like we did for age, similarly we'll do it for mobile number as well. So we'll write here else if mob not is equals to 0987654321, then it will return wrong mobile number. And it will also return false. Save it. Now we have made three changes here. First one is we added the mob.trim so that the user won't leave this space empty. The next one is we checked if the number entered by the user matches the one we have in our system. And the last one is for the number entered by the user doesn't match, then it will return wrong mobile number. Fine. So we are done with it. You can check it here. We have a condition here. If the mobile number does not matches, it will return wrong mobile number. So let's do it here. We know the username is Kaushal, the password is 12345 and the age should be above 13, right? So let's say we are writing here 15. Now here we are in the mobile number. So let's add a random number here. What we'll do is we'll write this and submit it. You can see it says wrong mobile number. Fine. Now the next thing is we'll write here 0987654321. Let's suppose this is the mobile number. Submit it and you can see it says sign up successful and it will redirect us to the home page. Now this is working totally fine, and this is the traditional way of checking the phone number of a user. Only if we already know what the user has to put in the text box to enter the website. Now the next thing we'll be doing is pretty simple as well, but for that method one should have a clear understanding of regular expressions in JavaScript. Now we'll use regex to validate the user's phone number. And if you haven't watched the previous videos on regular expressions yet, I suggest you to go through it before mobile number validation in JavaScript, and this task of validation will be so easy for you guys. So what we'll do is we'll move on to another HTML file. Let's create one here first. So we'll create another HTML file. Let's say the HTML file name is mobile.html, and here what we'll do is we'll create another text box. So let me connect it to another JavaScript file first, and we'll create another JavaScript file as well. Fine. So we'll write here mobile.js. So this is a JavaScript file, and the next thing we'll be doing is we'll write a heading here. So let's say we are writing mobile number validation in JavaScript. Fine. Save it and open it with live server. So here is a new HTML file, and this is the JavaScript file. So the next thing we'll be doing here is we'll create another text box, right? We'll create a single text box. So we'll write here input type is equals to text. We can either use numbers here as well, and then we'll use the ID attribute. So we have to do it later, but we are doing it right now. Placeholder as mobile number. Fine. Now we'll create a submit button as well. We'll write here input type is equals to button and value is equals to submit. What we'll do is we'll call a function on clicking this submit button. So we'll use the onClick event here as well. So we'll write here onClick, and let's say the function name is val. Fine. Good to go. Save it. And here you can see we have a text box for mobile number and a submit button over here. So what we'll do next is we'll move on to the JavaScript file to create this val function. Now we'll create a function, and that function will check if the number entered by the user is in the proper format or not. So let's create a function first. We'll go to a JavaScript file and we'll write here function val. So this is the name of our function, and then we have the body as well. Now the next thing we'll be doing is we'll be writing a program here. So what we'll do is we'll first take a variable. Let's say the variable name is var mobile, and this variable will hold the value entered by the user, right? So we'll write here document dot get element by ID. So here's a ID is, I guess, mobile. So let's check it once. So here you can see we have the ID as mobile. Now what we'll do is we'll write here dot value to get the value entered by the user. And now what we are doing is we are using regular expressions for this purpose, right? So we'll create another variable for the regular expression, and we'll leave it empty for now because we'll change it later. First we'll write the whole program. So what we'll do is we'll again use the if else control statement. So the first condition will remain the same. We'll write here mobile.trim to check if the user is leaving the place empty or not. And in this condition here we'll write alert, and then inside alert we'll write please enter a mobile number. Fine. I hope you guys got it. So you can see here we are getting an error here in the if statement. That's because we haven't written something over here. So if we write something inside a regular expression, so the error will go. But for now we are not using any regular expression because I'll explain it to you after this. So leave it here only for now. The next condition will be writing here using the else if. So we'll write here else if, and we'll use this regex variable with the test function to validate the user's mobile number. So we'll write here regex dot test, and we'll pass this mobile number as a parameter to check right, to compare between regex variable and the mobile variable. So we'll write here mobile. Fine. Now this else if will return something, so we'll use the alert method again. We'll write here mobile number submitted successfully. Now you might be thinking why we are doing so, because we know that this test function is used to compare the values, and if this test function will return true, then only a pop-up will appear with the message mobile number submitted successfully. I hope you guys already know about this test function. We have already discussed it a few sessions back when we came across regular expressions in JavaScript. So I think it might be easy for you guys. And at last we'll write here else for any other input. So we'll again use the alert method and we'll write here wrong mobile number. Fine. Here we have written everything inside this function, even the conditions as well. We have three cases over here. The first one is if the user leaves the field empty and tries to submit. The next one is for checking the number entered by the user, and the last one is for everything else. So we haven't written the regular expression yet because let's discuss it before writing. So guys, what we want is, we want a 10-digit mobile number, and the number should start from either 7, 8 or 9, because we know mobile numbers generally starts with these digits, either 7 or 8 or 9. Fine. Then it has 10 digits only. Now for checking the length of the mobile number, we could have used the mobile.length property, right? But the regular expression gives us a simple and easy method to do so. We discussed the shorthand character classes in regex a few sessions back, right? So now we want all the inputs to be digits only. So what we'll do is, we'll write here inside this regular expression \d. So this is a shorthand character class, and we'll use these curly braces and we'll write here 10 inside this. So this statement over here will check the length of the string, but we have to do some more things here. The next thing we need to do is the initial digit of a mobile number, that can be 7, 8 or 9. So for that, what we'll do is, we'll define a range for initial number and we'll write here before this character class. What we'll do is, we'll define a range over here. So we'll use square brackets and we'll write here 7 to 9. Now this particular statement defines a range that consists of only 3 numbers, 7, 8 or 9. Now this regular expression is sort of complete, we can say. Now one thing we have to keep in mind, that we have to write here 9 now instead of 10. That's because we have already defined the first number, right? And we need 9 more digits apart from that particular digit. So let's check it out. Save it and we'll write a mobile number here. So let's say the mobile number is this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and what will happen is, it will return wrong mobile number. That's because the number here starts from 1 instead of 7, 8 or 9. So submit it and you can see it says wrong mobile number. Now we'll try for another condition. We'll leave this field blank and submit it. You can see it says please enter a mobile number. So this is also working fine. Now the next thing we'll be doing is, we'll be starting the number from 9 and let's say the number is this. So this is a 10-digit mobile number. Submit it and you can see it says mobile number submitted successfully. So this is also working fine. Now the only problem here is if we write anything before this particular phone number, like if we write here before 9, if we let's say we are writing here A, B, C, D, E, any character or alphabet as well, submit it, you can see it still says mobile number submitted successfully. Now it will not give any error because it finds the expression present in the string. Right, we have to mention the starting and the end points of a regular expression for this purpose. We have two meta characters. One denotes the start, that is the caret character, and the other one denotes the end of the string, that is the $sign. So we'll add both of them in our expression. What we'll do is, we'll write here caret. This will denote the start of the string, and here we'll write $. This will denote the end of the string. Save it. And now it will work fine. And one more thing guys, don't misunderstand this caret character with the one we use inside the brackets to exclude any particular string. Like if we remove this from here and if we insert this caret character inside this bracket, what will happen is it will exclude this particular range. It will exclude 7, 8 or 9. We have already discussed the use of this caret character. Now if we write it here, it will denote the start of a string. So you will not get confused if the concept of meta characters and character sets are clear to you. So let's check the output. Save it. And we'll check for certain phone numbers now. We'll check for that particular condition only. We'll write here 9876543210. So this is a correct mobile number. If you submit it, it will say mobile number submitted successfully. But now if you write here something before this 9876. Now if we write here any characters or alphabets and submit it, you can see it says wrong mobile number because we have used the caret character and we want at the start of the string either 7, 8 or 9. Now similar thing will happen at the end as well. If you write here anything and submit it, you can see it says wrong mobile number because we have added $sign as well. Fine. Remove it. And if you are adding any numbers here as well, save it. And you can see it still says wrong mobile number because the length is more than 10 and the end will be denoted after 9 digits. So these are the 9 digits and this is the end of the string according to a regular expression. So these are the ways how we can validate a user's phone number in JavaScript. Obviously we can do so many things in validation. I want you guys to do something exceptional on this topic and let us know in the comment box what you did. So that's all for this video guys. See you in the next one where we will go through email validation in JavaScript. These all are parts of form validation in JavaScript. We'll later go through a project where we will create a particular login or sign up form. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do let us know in the comments below. Share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe Simply Code. Thank you.